All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. We're at the CSI Expo, and we have a very special guest with us here today. We have Alex Pagulayan. How's it going, Alex?
Hey, how you guys doing?
Oh, man, we're doing good. We're doing good.
All right, that's good.
So,
Been a long time, huh?
yeah,
3 years maybe?
you were episode 5 on Pool Player
Yeah,
Podcast.
yeah. I kind of like enjoy that.
I'd say out of everybody that I've interviewed, everybody who comes up to me says that Alex interview. In fact, I was in the pro arena because I played in the Alpha Las Vegas and I saw Tyler Steyer and we bumped into each other. And Tyler says, I've learned so much from watching your interviews. And I was like, you watch my interviews? You were
Yeah.
on my interview. And he's like, yeah. He said that Alex interview, there were some nuggets in there I took with me. And so even the pros are watching your interview on Pool Player
I'm
Podcast.
glad to
So
help. I'm glad to help. I forgot whatever I said there. I don't even know if it's true or not, but,
oh well,
but it's
guys.
all good.
Yeah, let me just remind the audience. We want to make sure you guys can hear us and see us okay. Just let me know in the chat. We can see the chat here, and make sure to share this, guys. It's not often you get to pin Alex down for an interview.
Yeah, but you've been more active on social media, Alex. And what do you attribute that to? Because before we hadn't seen you on there like in years, and all of a sudden you're on Instagram, Facebook. You're all over the place, man.
Well, I felt like I owe this to the fans, so I started um, tuning in to this Facebook, and with the help of a friend, Greg DeBora and Mark Lou, and so is the other guys, Ricky C, Tonto Miana. They're like responsible for this,
Yeah.
so they're all helping me out. So, and beside, I wanna, I actually like, I'm into something pretty soon, and I'm kind of like I'm gonna have some like online insight about one pocket or some other stuff to improve.
Really?
Yeah.
That's pretty exciting, man.
Yeah, yeah. I can't wait to. I'm gonna have the QA pretty soon, like question and answer.
Yeah.
So when people like they run into situation and they're lost, and they can just send me the picture or the video. I run into them like whatever the situation is. I show them a few
Oh, and like
shots.
give them your advice.
Yeah, well, because in one pocket, it's kind of like when people talk about there's a right, this is the right shot. They're full of crap. We don't see right shot from me. It could be wrong for some people.
Right.
So I will explain it to them. The main thing is, I think, in one pocket, especially knowing your ability.
Of course.
That's the one thing,
Yeah.
and then you decide from there. And then there's the evaluation. It's like, okay, if I shoot this shot, 70% I'll success and 30% I will fail. So you go from there. Then you make a decision.
Yeah.
Well, Alex, if this is an online platform, I want to say you better have big servers behind it because Molina Mike's going to be sending you all kinds of questions because this guy, one pocket.
Yeah, my people is getting on it. So yeah, hopefully we get it pretty soon. It's not gonna be long, so I can't wait actually to share what I've known in what I've learned in one pocket. So pretty good. I'm excited.
So you've been out here for over a week now. How did you feel out there playing in both events?
You want me to be honest?
Yes. 100%. Alex. Come on.
Well, first of all, all these people, they're like the sponsor, the Predator, and the rest of the sponsor. They're trying to make the game better. Obviously, even in anything else, they even if you're trying to make it better, not necessarily they're gonna do the perfect job. So I still give him credit for trying to make it things better. You know what I mean? So unfortunately, what happened last night for me is
Well, what happened, Alex? Because all of a sudden
Yeah,
somebody
tell
walks
everybody.
up and they say, "Did you hear Alex got docked 2 games for being late?"
well, I was in my room, right? After I went to a sushi place, bought some food for my friend, and then we went back to the room around 3:15 or 3:20. and then we're drinking coffee and waiting for my match. So every 10 minutes, even at the restaurant, we're looking at what time I play, and it's not showing. And then couple people in Canada that I have known, they checking it. They checked the online too. They couldn't see it. I thought I was playing for Tunsky. So anyway, I was in the wrong place in the wrong time. So
Uh,
so that's it. I got bad beat. I got one out there. I'm accountable for it. I should have been here. Uh, I trusted the system too much. So if I would have been here at 4 o'clock, that would have never happened. So I'm still accountable to whatever happened. And it
You,
kind of sucks that
you were
it
just
happened
coming
to
off a
me.
big win, beating Cheng Jun Lin
Yeah,
the
I
round
played one of
before.
my best pool with Chang, so it gave me a little big hope. I thought I was the especially this format, it suits me. So
Why is wait? Elaborate on that because I think it's because the triangle rack.
oh yeah,
Personally,
because triangle rock, it's not like when you play in triangle rock, refer rock, you can't play position on the one. That means everything is random. So my strength is when I get
you
back
move.
in the table, and for some reason it feels like I always find a way to make it tough for my opponent, and you know what I mean.
Right.
So I try to outmove them, but
ha-
hey,
so how are you feeling about your 10 ball game now in general?
my tempo game actually overall, I, without joking aside, I think I'm might be playing my best pool ever. But the difference between me and 20 years ago, when 20 years ago I don't take no prisoner. I had that killer instinct. I'm there to like, Arr.
Right.
Now it's just kind of like my mind still wonder, but I'm working on it. It's almost there, but I think once I put it together, I think I might be maybe the new lion coming in. So
Do you have
I can,
another world championship run left in you? You
yeah,
think?
I'm going left in me.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
I think it still have lots, but
Yeah.
the more I realize now that the age doesn't really matter now. As long as you watch what you eat and do a lot of exercise and put your mind into it.
How important is that? Because you're one of the few players that I know that are really, really active in your diet.
No,
Nutrition.
now that I've learned for the last couple months, I lost. I thought before exercise would lose you weight quicker, right? No, I realize now I've learned a lot now for the last couple months. I've I you lose weight by eating.
Right.
Uh, if you eat the right one, you're gonna lose weight. Obviously, exercise still have. So
So we got a couple questions in here, Alex, and I want to give you the opportunity to answer.
go ahead.
Why do some players play and practice their whole lives and never progress?
That's a very very good question. To whoever's asking me that question, just imagine this, right? If you're driving a car, or just right now, just go outside, drive without destination. You'll be in circle for hours. Now, if you practice, if you know what to practice, like let's say, okay, I'm having a problem with my draw shot. That's what you should practice. You always have a purpose when you practice. Don't just hit balls, because hitting balls is like driving with no destination. You're just burning gas. It doesn't matter if you played for 30 years or 100 years, you're still going to be the same person. But if you decided tomorrow, okay, what is my weaknesses? You can write it down. Probably there's like 20 of them. You can work one by one. One of the biggest problem too for amateur, they're trying to learn everything all at once. It's impossible. You should learn one thing at a time. You know the old saying that you can't run if you can't walk yet. You know what I mean? So
Right.
you just gotta start walking first. It's like going to school. You can't really go to a eighth grade if you're never finished the first grade. So step by step.
Yeah.
What do you
Yeah.
love about the game?
What I love about the game, you know what? This, to be honest with you, this is the only sport that suits me because I'm too small, and I've loved basketball, I love football, I like just can't play either one,
You,
any of them.
you could have been a jockey.
Well,
Yeah.
I can't even ride a bike, so no, that's not true. Because when I'm in the Philippines, I love riding a scooter. Right, I go through mountains and stuff, so I don't even take my car. I just ride the scooter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited to buy a big bike too, so I can't wait.
Alex, one of my favorite things in pool is when you get into a big set with somebody, a one versus one tournament and match up.
Oh,
Anything like that in the future for you?
well, when I'm playing a big match, this is well, when people talked about me, like, as it says, Alex, you're. I don't know why I don't have mindset for this tournament, but mind you, the reason why I have that mindset, but the problem with me is I'm a very slow starter.
Mm.
So that's one of the biggest problem for me. I work on it for 30 years, and rarely happen that I come out of the game. Maybe 10%, right? But I'm still to this day I'm working on it. But my strength is towards the end. So then when I play money matches, I know I'm playing for long race and I'm playing for a lot of money, and all my energy is on that game. I actually prepare 1 month ahead of time for that particular match. So that's why when they ask me, I hardly lose in the big match. Maybe because that's one of the reason, or probably the reason. Yeah.
Yeah. So you played Kachi. You had the 2 game penalty. You came up a little short there. Uh, who do you like from here to win the world, Timbo?
To be honest with you, I haven't really watched everybody playing, but I would whoever is good on after the break, like push out, I think might win this event. So I don't know. Carlo
A lot of
probably is
Filipinos
a
left. I was going to
Yeah.
say.
yeah. Filipino, they're really good at this, so there I would favor them a little bit. But Kachi, I watch him improve. He's after his break, so I think I mean, mind you, he's the reigning world champion. So, but I might favor the Filipino a little bit here just because we're used to this. When we play back home, nothing goes in off the break, so you gotta, you know,
Be creative.
You got
yeah,
to move.
yeah, gotta move. So this is well, the TV table might the breaks a little bit better, so I'm so the better breaks always gonna win there. I think because when I played Kachi, he made the wing ball every one of them. So
Back at the Texas Open, I asked you who your top five one pocket players were today. Now I want to
uh
ask you
oh,
who are your top five one pocket players of
right
all
now
time? Of
of
all
all
time. Of
time,
all
Of all
oh,
time.
time.
I can't really say that because never really see everybody. That's unfair if I said this and that. But
Okay, what about right now then?
The best
right
you've ever
now,
seen. How about that? Top 5
the
best you've
best I
ever
ever
seen.
seen. All right, I gotta put Boosty in there for sure. Tony Choan, Dennis Urculio, Scott Frost. Uh, you know what? It was more I
You.
listened to Jeremy Jones. I wish I get to see his best game in the one pocket. He got so much knowledge for the game. I kind of like love commentating with him because I learn you know a lot. I mean, uh, everything that it says
That's a
almost
big
spot on.
compliment coming
Yeah,
from you.
yeah, because yeah, I already did. I said Tony Choan. Yeah, it's Tony Choan is one of the most exciting package you can ever watch, because that guy is he doesn't care. He just whatever he thinks. He's like a bigger version of me, because I always play the percentage, but once in a while I go off the air. I'm gonna shoot this shot because it looks good on TV, right?
Yeah.
So, but if I'm playing for 10, 20,000 a game, no, I go the other route. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if I were you guys, anybody interested in playing one pack, listen to Jeremy Jones. He got a lot to bring to the table. You know who else is good? Uh, Scott Frost. He knows a lot of shots, so that's a good. But if you like trick shot and stuff like that, well, Tony also a good mover in my mind for sure. Tony, like for beginner though, I won't suggest that you should, you know,
No,
for
no.
watching. But
That's
for a
it.
beginner, Jeremy Jones and that guy Scott Frost, a few other guys. Chip Compton is really good for a beginner
Yeah.
because Chip is kind of like the old school player, and if you're impatient with a guy, you can't beat Chip.
Somebody mentioned Efren.
Efren, obviously, Efren.
You dogged it.
No, because I never get to see his best game.
Oh,
Like,
right.
you know what I mean? I never get to see is like real Efren. This was it's unfair. Like Efren is probably the greatest that played the game, but from what I heard, right? But
Right.
how can I make that statement if I never seen it?
Yeah.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So, 'cause right now, when they said, "Oh, who's better?" Oh, you were Efren in his heyday. I don't know. I don't really know, cause all I know, if I play Efren now, if I play him for a month, he might beat me 29 days in a row. But I know one thing: every day that I'm gonna play, I'm gonna suck his brain. Next thing you know, we'll be probably the same level. You know what I mean? Because I'm like that.
So
I
we've been talking one pocket, and you gave some advice before about training in general,
Yeah,
having a destination in mind. I'm
yeah.
curious because there's a lot of people in here that are fans of one pocket.
hmm
If they're trying to improve their one pocket game, what do you recommend? Is there a drill? Is there
Well,
particular?
first thing first, I think they should recognize the pattern. Like I would say, like a pattern recognition. Improve your cue ball. And once you run into a shot that you don't know, take a picture or video and show it to the people that you think that could help you. Don't show it to the one that they full of crap, because oh, this is a better shot. This is the right shot. There's no such thing
Yeah.
because everybody's different. I play a lot of shot that maybe 10% of the full population they could probably do it 1 out of 10. If I do it, I do it 9 out of 10. So would it be a right shot for them? Obviously not, because it requires a lot of like a pattern recognition. Like we see it. So to order for you to learn that, you have to practice it every single day. Because same shot, put a left or right, speed with 2 miles per hour or 5 miles per hour, it changed the course of the cue ball.
Yeah.
So you have to be aware of that.
Yeah.
I asked a lot of players who their top five one pocket players were, and the consensus was having you and Dennis at the top of that list. What do you say? And that's coming from Tony's and Chips and Scott's and Efren's and everyone.
Well, the record for itself right now, yeah, I probably agree because Dennis is one of those guys that probably he had that one powerful tools that ate and out mode. You know what I mean? So that's the best move out of all the one pocket move anyway. So if you give a chance, Dennis to run that eight, I don't care if you're the best player in the world, you're not gonna beat him. So.
I assume you've seen the movie The Color of Money.
Not really, but I maybe some little bit of clips
You know
and
the character Grady Seasons, Keith McCready's character?
I kind of like I know the it's keep getting worse. The nightmare
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
stuff.
one,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
guy.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so I recently interviewed Keith.
Oh, Keith McCready. Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah, yeah,
interviewed
yeah.
him,
Oh, we would go way back.
and it's not released yet, so guys, stay tuned for that. But I asked him the question. I said, if there was a new Color of Money coming out today, and you had to pick somebody to beat Grady Seasons, who would it be? And this is spoiler alert. He said Alex.
Really?
What do you
Oh,
what
my man, Keith.
What do you
Yeah,
think
thank
about
you,
that?
Keith. Well, I don't mind doing it. So yeah, I would like to try because actually when I won the world championship in 2004, my sponsor, Aristeo Puyat, asked me to do one of the sitcom. Like I'm
Yeah.
actually like so in the show kind of. It's kind of like it was funny because uh so my role is to joke around with the guys, right? And make fun of them and have a script, right? So and I asked them, what do I need to do? Well, you just gotta piss them off and blah 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 and do what you do best. I don't need the script then. Hey, I'm doing this. I'm gonna do it like freestyle.
Yeah.
Everybody laughs, so I did pretty
Yeah,
good.
Keith's comment was that you have this way about you that's just full of confidence and colorful and exciting, like he was in that movie. You know,
Right.
he ended up being the villain. You're not really a villain, but you're that type of person that when you play, you just exude confidence. So that was a compliment he paid you.
Oh, thank you, Keith. My man, Keith. Yeah, I love Keith McCready when Tony 2 years ago when I loved listening to him. He's funny. He'll
Yeah.
always like come up with something to make you laugh.
Well, let's talk about 22 years ago because I remember first seeing you at the Super Billiards Expo. You were this young kid, and everybody there was a buzz about you, and you were running around, gambling, doing all kinds of stuff. You just seem like much more mature.
Well, I mean, when you're a kid, you're being a kid, you're being a teenager, and you're like, you just want to be, you're excited about life, so you just want to,
What have you learned on this pool journey?
what did I've learned? A lot. I mean, I've learned a lot of things in this world. I mean, in the pool world. So, one thing I learned is never stop learning.
I love that.
Never stop learning. I thought when I won the world and the U.S. Open, I thought it's over for me, and then I paid a price. Um, I paid a price, but I changed that now. I just keep learning. Even at this age, I said, I'm just gonna stop. I'll keep learning every
Wh-
day.
What are your
There's
What are your thoughts on the schedule for this year for professionals and how the future looks?
the schedule for the World Tempo,
No,
or
no, no. Just in general,
oh,
like
in
just a
general.
packed schedule for
Okay, I'm gonna be playing a lot of pool, so I'm really excited to what I've learned. I can't wait to put it into play. I'm going to the World Championship. I'm going to the World Cup of Pool. I'm going to the UK
So you'll be
Open.
representing Team Canada in the World Cup of Pool.
Yes, I am representing Canada for the World Cup of Pool. And then I'm going, obviously, I might 80% that I'm going to Buffalo Billiards for the $2,000 entry fee, one pocket.
Well, you'd be a favorite to go and win it. That's for sure.
You know what? I used to think that, but I seen everybody, they improve a lot. So, you know what I mean? It's going to be a dogfight. But I know it's gonna be tough, and so for them, so they better buckle up.
Do you like playing at Buffalo? I know they
Well,
have the special rules where you can get on the table and you're a
the
shorter
only
player.
yeah, the only thing I don't like about Buffalo is smoking.
Oh
The
yeah.
rest of it, the action, every table. If you play 5,000, you gotta play in the other pool hall. This is a $10,000 table here, so I kind of like love the Buffalo. There's so much action and nonstop, so every day, 24/7.
What can your fans expect out of you this year?
Big, because right now I'm working on something, and right now I like the way my focus in the game. I'm still working, that 3% is still missing, but once I put it together, I think uh, there's gonna be a new lion coming up, because I'm very excited, and I'm healthy. I'm doing a lot of, for my health. I'm doing a lot of things for my health, so especially the way I eat, so it's very good.
What are your thoughts on the players getting together and finally forming a union?
Finally, we need to get together, because right now, pool, it should be like anything else. It's not. It's supposed to determine who the best player is, right? Our format this day, you can't really. How you gonna determine this? Who's the best player? You see different winners all the time because of the format. We need to, like, obviously we want the fans out there to support
Of
us,
course.
but like I said, this sports is two-way relationship. I know I love the fans. I would like to support them, but also sometimes the promoter, they think about them too much, and they forgetting that we are providing the show. Because fans got nothing to watch if you don't show up and perform. You know what I
True.
mean?
Yeah.
So I think for the future promoter, I think they should realize that this is two-way relationship. They should take care of the players and the fans at the same time. You cannot favor one or the other. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, let's talk about the fans for a second because one of the great things about our sport is that I can come up and fist bump Alex Pagulayan, whereas if you're on the golf course and there's Tiger Woods, you can't really get close to him. And so tell the fans out there kind of what is appropriate and not appropriate. I saw like Shane Van Boning practicing next to me, and he's in the middle of practice, and somebody comes up and asks for a picture, and the match is going to start in 5 minutes.
You got to respect them, man. You got to respect their
That's what I
space.
mean. Like,
Yeah.
tell us about that. Like, how do you manage dealing with fans and being yourself and loving on the fans, but at the same time making sure you're prepared?
That's a very good question. But I asked that myself. How do I deal with it? But I realized it comes with the territory, being who you are. So you can't really like, okay, would you rather be this guy? I asked myself, would you rather be that guy, uh, Mojo, that no one talks to you, and or be Shane Van Boeing that. So I think the player also has the responsibility to what is the right word? I'm missing for that word. To interact with the fans,
Right.
right? Although,
But with a balance, though.
well, with the balance. Well, sometimes at last, yeah, like yesterday, couple fans came to me asking about the two games. I told them respectfully, my friend, let's just take a picture. Let's not talk about the game. You know, I'm
Alex
really,
was on tilt yesterday.
yeah,
He came. He came right out. He came right out of there and said,
yeah.
"I'm coming on this damn podcast, and we're gonna go and talk about."
I'm glad I didn't do it
Yeah,
yesterday. I was like, I was,
That's a good rule for
yeah,
us, Mike.
yeah,
24-hour window.
yeah.
Let them simmer for
yeah.
24.
I was fuming. I was steaming. I just realized, well, I had a one outer before playing cards, so I said I got bad beat. You know what I mean? So
You have a lot of history playing Shane, and I
yeah. Oh
remember,
yeah.
I
Lots of
remember
lots.
seeing the old videos of you chasing him around
Yeah.
playing 10 ball. Is there another big match maybe in the future at some point?
I actually, I'm gonna.
And if so, what's the game? That more
We're
importantly.
gonna, obviously there's only one game he's gonna play me. So, but I think like one more dance
The
for both
fans
of
would
us. Yeah.
love to see it,
Yeah,
Alex.
we're gonna do it again. I think pretty soon. So we're gonna try to set the match up. I think we need to dance one more time.
2 races to 4 with a shootout.
Oh
No, no,
God,
no,
get
no.
out of here.
I talk about that to Shane. He goes, "Oh, he hated it." Like, you know what I mean? Like us players, like I know fans is involved, but this is it can't go like this. You know what I mean? But I know Predator and the rest of the sponsor, they're trying to make things better, but they're not doing it better. But I give them credit for trying, but what they're doing right now is not. I think you know what I mean. It's not good for the game. So I mean because they're gonna lose a lot of players. No one's gonna go. No one's gonna spend 3,000 to play race to four.
So I'm sure
It's
you've
fair.
heard this before, but their position is that what we've tried over the years, races to 9, races to 11, just don't get people who don't already watch pool excited about pool. And so the format is a way to get more people into the sport.
Well,
So do you see kind of where they're coming from with it?
no, that's not true. I watch snooker. Snooker is like 10 times better than pool right now. You know what I mean? Like the way snookers watch snooker. They play race to 35. A lot of people, millions of people watching it, right? So what's wrong with nine ball? I think we have to have first thing we need to do. We're unorganized, really. Like we got like three ranking
WPA,
WPA,
Matchroom,
Matchroom, whatever,
Predator.
right? This is we all scattered here somehow.
Yeah.
We don't who's the, who's number one. Yeah, you're number one here, but you're last year,
It
so we
kind of
don't really
reminds me
know.
of boxing in the
Yeah,
WBC, WBA, all the
yeah.
different types of belts.
So like I said, player, I'm credit for Darren Appleton is trying to make it better. We need a union, and it's kind of hard to get all the players if you don't have something to offer. But hopefully, I meet a billionaire there somehow down the road. We have to offer the players for us to join together. It's like a union. Okay, okay. If I'm joining a union, okay, I join your union, right? What are you gonna bring for us? Well, if I say I give you 10 tournaments a year, 50,000 natin, and then the rest is history. So now we can really, talk to a promoter. Let's say some people in Dubai. Oh, we have a $200,000 tournament. Okay, what's your rules? Oh, we're playing Race 3. Oh, we're not gonna join that. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right now, if they say, oh, we got a Race to 5 tournament, We have no choice. We got no tournaments. But if we us like if we have something like a union, like for all the players, if we have 10 tournaments a year minimum, and somebody comes along, they come out with their own tournament, they have to play our own rules, and that's it. Our terms, right? Race to this and blah blah blah. But
But don't you think there would be, if it's just up to the players, you guys would want race to 15 on 4-inch pockets?
we actually we had a meeting the other day, and I think I'm pretty sure we can come up with something
Compromise.
that will everybody will be happy. Obviously, God cannot make us all happy. So can we, right? Obviously, some people they say, this is good, this is bad, you know. But the majority of the players, and that's how we're gonna go.
Joey's been asking players this all throughout the week, and I want you to ask it again to Alex about if you can win one more tournament.
Oh, yeah. If you could only win one more major tournament in your life,
What will
what
be?
would it be?
I would say, well, if I can win one major event in my life, that really meant that I haven't win or did I win
Just
before?
one more tournament. You could only win one more major tournament. What would it be?
I would say to win all the event at Derby,
Oh, master of the table?
everything. That's my dream. That's the ultimate dream for me.
Fedor almost did that.
Yeah. Well, not
How?
really, but the Tembo he finished
Yeah.
second. Yeah,
How
yeah, almost. He was close.
how crazy was that? He had a
Was
great
it was pretty
performance.
crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to Federer, man. He played really good in that one. Yeah.
Who
So
was your toughest opponent in your entire career?
in what game? You gotta tell me what game.
No, let's say one pocket.
One pocket. It's hard for me to say because everybody I gamble, even I beat them also. I don't really know.
All
Well,
right, let's say 10 ball.
well, and you've been playing so long, you face people at different points in their career, right? There was a time where you and Scott were matching up, and it was super tight,
Yeah,
and then Scott kind of took some time away.
yeah,
Time where you and Tony were matching up. So,
yeah. Right now, to be honest with you, because Dennis haven't been playing, maybe Tony John's probably the toughest match right now. I think
How
the way he's been playing,
how tough was it to take a year off from playing competitive pool?
big, big. Because when I take a couple months off, it's hard. It takes me when I go to the Philippines, I don't play pool, and I start playing one pocket. When I get back here, it takes me about a couple weeks to get into it.
Yeah.
Alex, people are asking you. You mentioned nutrition. They're asking you about your diet.
My diet, what they're asking.
Are you a
So,
vegetarian?
well, it's not really. I'm okay. This is what I did. I take all the lectins out in my body.
Plant Paradox. I read that book.
There you go. Plant paradox. That's it. I took all the lectins out, so that means I'm not eating tomato, no grains, no wheat or nothing. All the nightshade, I took it all out. So if I eat meat, I'm taking the grass-fed, pasture-raised. So
That's deep, man.
That's good.
That's in depth.
yeah, but I when I do eat meat, it I only consume like 4 ounce per serving twice a day, maybe at the most 4 times a week.
Yeah.
And I eat a lot of fish, sardines, and anchovies. Really good for you.
Yeah.
It sounds disgusting, but it's really good for you.
Yeah, there was a comment in here about the players and what we've talked a lot about growing the sport. What responsibility do the players themselves have in growing the sport? How can they better brand themselves and help the sport?
I think I my my advice to all players, they should interact with the fans more often and make sure to because we owe this to them, and they're the one are actually making all this happen. So for the players coming up or already seasoned player, they should interact with the fans more often. I know we're trying to play the best we can. We're trying to concentrate. It's very hard to do in Vegas, especially because I think I have the most pictures here out of all the people. I have the most pictures and signing autographs, but you know, I you know it's me anyway. But it's still my responsible actually to do it with them. So.
Well,
I
listen, we appreciate you being on, man. I know you're real busy, and I know I kind of caught you off guard because you were just on your way out the door.
oh, I actually kind of like I forgot when I went back in the room. I said, "Oh shoot!" I said I was about to do the interview, but I'm really glad I didn't do it. So I went to Whole Food. I brought, I bought some healthy food, and I drank one bottle of wine. I was happy,
Relax.
and I was relaxed and happy at the same time.
Well,
So
I tell you
I'm
what.
really glad I didn't do it last night.
Well, Alex, I gotta say, when you're out there and you're playing your best, pool is so much better. It's so much
Yeah.
enjoyable for all us fans. So thank you for taking the time to
Oh,
visit
thank
with
you for
us.
watching me. You know, when I play pool, especially in the tournament and stuff like that, the only time I get really, I take my time and be serious and not going for those crazy shot when I'm playing for 50, 100,000. But when I see a shot in the tournament or you know, playing for a little bit for money, I when I see some shot that never been done before, and I look at it and I said, this it looks good, and I go for it. You know what I mean? So
That's
That's
why
why
we
we
love
love
you.
you.
yeah,
Yeah, that's why we
that's
Exactly.
love watching you play, man.
even one pocket. That one pocket is the most people they said it's boring. You see the most exciting, like
Sure.
crazy shot in one pocket.
That's why I love it.
That's the
Yeah,
only game you can see a lot of. It's kind of like uh, you never know what's gonna happen,
that's right.
especially when you watch Tony. Tony is like one of those guys that he's not gonna tell you what to do, right? But next thing you know, he comes out with the shot. What the f? How did he do that? You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? And then rewind. Oh, that makes sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So I like it. Like for upcoming one pocket player, if you want to see exciting shot, you watch Tony Chowan for sure. Is
That's a lot of respect coming from you,
oh
Alex.
yeah. Oh, I love watching that guy.
yeah.
And if I have a chance to commentate, I will commentate that right beside Jeremy Jones. Because I every time I commentate with the guy, I learn something. So it's
Well,
pretty good.
we all appreciate it, and we all love whether it's you on the pool table or you behind the mic, man. We all love watching you and,
All right,
and our
thank you. I
fans of you, man.
appreciate that, guys,
Yeah.
for having me here, man. I will do it again some other time, but
Awesome.
not when I'm angry though.
Fair enough, man.
Guys,
All right,
everybody, we're gonna sign off. Share this. There's so many nuggets of knowledge from here that Alex just shared with us. So make sure to get it out there to everyone.
all
Thanks,
right. Thank
guys.
you,
Thanks,
guys.
All
guys.
Peace,
right.
brother. Thank